Guys, just a little viewer discretion on this one. This might shock you guys. It shocked me and my wife and anybody else who I sent any of these photos to. That's why I came back down. I'm going to show you some stuff here that doesn't belong in Las Vegas. Some stuff that literally shook me to wonder if we're actually going to war, and it doesn't make any sense. So stay tuned to the video. Just a trigger warning on that for some of you guys. We're going to start the Rio, end up here, and ask ourselves the question: are we going to war? Is that what we're seeing here in Vegas today? It'll make sense in a minute. So I'm out here on West Flamingo Road on the corner of Valley View and Flamingo. A couple of years ago, the city and the county built this amazing little bypass that gets you away from having to go on the Strip or up to Decatur. But today we saw something that just made our blood drain from our faces. I've never seen anything quite like this in Vegas. The big question we have as a world right now is whether or not there's going to be a war in Russia. And if what I'm going to show you is any indicator of what might be happening in the world or just some weird aberration, well, you're going to be shocked. Let's go take a look at this overpass. We got the Palms behind us. They're opening soon. That's what their displays are showing. We have the Rio over here. It's been open for a while. I recommend you check out the Rio. My name is Steven. How's it going? I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications as we show you some stuff that you've never seen before. So many vehicles, so many tanks. Let's go look at some tanks. I know, doesn't make any sense, but let's go check it out right now. So just to kind of set this area up a little bit for you, if you look over here, you can see some condos by what we call Elysian. This was actually supposed to be a giant 50-story tower for the Marriott. That never happened. The pandemic kind of put a lot of damper on a lot of this kind of stuff. Behind me right here, there's an old defunct sign for the Outback Steakhouse that used to be here like over a decade ago. And then they have some retail, some shopping, Chick-fil-A, Walgreens, the Palms obviously, and this was a dead end for the longest time. There is actually a rail line. The rail line, as far as I can tell, goes up to Utah and down through California, and I'm not a rail guy. There's a whole culture of this, but the rail line actually runs parallel to Interstate 15, and that's where we're going to find this site, and it's just a bizarre site. There's some people here that, you know, live close to the Strip, some little condos and things like that. This area should have been something completely super duper special, but it never was. And that's because COVID shut everything down, and obviously a 57-story Marriott right here behind me would have been pretty cool for the area, but the Palms is making a comeback, so who knows what they have planned on that dead spot of land behind me there. However, yeah, that's where we have the end of the residential area towards the commercial and the industrial sector. So we're gonna go see those tanks, and I appreciate you guys for watching. As I walk through this area right here, I do want to remind you, my name is Steven, and I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications, and tell me, have you ever seen anything quite like this before, what we're about to show you? And I am teasing you. It's called Burying the Lead. Don't hate me for it. Just check out the video. Leave us a comment below. If you guys get a comment back from somebody else that looks like me, telling you to reach out to them on WhatsApp, that's not me. They're scamming you. Don't reply to them. Also, check out our channel sponsors, Pinay Magazine. Pinay Magazine's an Ethereum 2.0 validator, and their whole goal is to showcase the global Pinay to the world. Pinay is a woman of Filipino origin. Their first issue is going to have Pinays from North America. Future issues will have Pinays from the EU, the UK, the GCC group of countries. That's places like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. They buy the site of Resorts World 1 week out of every month of the year. Check them out on Instagram by clicking the link in the first comment of this video pinned to the top. Also, TKEX Exchange over on Instagram. They are our partners over in the Ethereum world. And also, as always, VegasFaceMask.com, no S at the end. The wife makes these, 2 for $25. They don't go around the back of your ears, they go around the back of your head. We gotta wear these to go into buildings in a place like Vegas. If you're the same or you wear them for your own safety, check them out at VegasFaceMask.com. She doesn't outsource this, she does it all by hand. She's quite amazing what my wife has created to help thousands of other people. All right, so all that aside, yeah, Extended Stay America behind us. Just stuff like this, little places where you might stay for a week or a month if you're here for business. That's what this area is all about. Let's get over that hump though and show you what we really came here to show you, which is machines of war. Who knows where they're going? If you have any ideas, leave us a comment below, okay? So one thing you might have noticed is how close we are to the strip. Like, look, that's city center. And you can see there's actually a walkway that goes to Las Vegas Boulevard, Valley View South, which is this road that we're on right now. So we have to go up and around and about, and it's not convenient whatsoever. But I can already see them. I can see them right there behind me. We're just gonna jump over, skip over, and see what the hell. It's so weird. So if you walk down here, you'll see these like just random industrial park type of buildings behind us. There's some tech companies, some, you know, photography studios. Barrett Jackson has their offices down here. It's an area that was a lot less accessible in the past. And it's funny because we just by happenstance tended to see this today. Look at how good they do the landscaping. Sorry, my train of thought is a little bit off here. The landscaping behind me, it's just really well done, even across the street. They really care to make this city look nice. A lot of people don't think that. They think Vegas is just Vegas, but we have a sense of pride and community here. And if you're from Vegas, comment below. We do definitely care how it looks here where we live. But we just happened to come out here just by happenstance. We were actually looking to see them behind me. We were actually looking to take Valley View into Spring Mountain Road and see if they're doing anything for the Chinese New Year. They used to do a festival every year. I think they moved it up the street to the Desert Breeze Community Center, but it doesn't matter. We found it, and it was weird, and I specifically came back. It just goes for miles. What do you think? I've heard somebody say, yep, that's it, going to war. This is proof. They're moving everything. But I've also heard people say that this is a desert exercise. And since I'm already on a watch list, because one day we accidentally had the security come out to us at the Federal Building downtown, I'm just gonna put my camera up and get some shots of this for you guys so you can see the same bizarreness that I'm seeing right now. So some people might not know, but Las Vegas and Nevada have a pretty deep and rich history when it comes to the US military. As a matter of fact, you know, the genesis for some of those strange anomalies driving around in Nevada, you'll see places like Hawthorne up in the north near Reno. They come from old-fashioned disasters that happened on the East Coast. You know, the United States government wanted to store munitions in a place where they basically would be hidden away, where there was no human beings to get in harm's way. And you know, stuff like a naval disaster that happened in New Jersey where a ship didn't stop properly and went into a munitions supply warehouse and killed people back in the day. That led to a lot of the military buildup out here. You know, I guess it does make sense to have them go through Vegas, as my wife reminded me earlier, to have these transported through here. There is a huge amount of, you know, military presence in Southern California. One of the nicest, most heartwarming things you'll see is driving into San Diego County and all these different areas where they put the banners across the overpasses on the highway and welcome their troops home. And you know, it's just my personal thoughts on that, and I try not to do this, but I really do appreciate everything that people who give their lives for me do for me, because gosh, you know, we have our freedoms because people are willing to get into these things and put their lives at risk for the love of their country. So if you ever bump into one of those folks wearing camouflage and what have you, just, you know, make sure you shake their hands and say thanks. But anyways, this just goes forever, and I'm just kind of showing you how far this does go underneath this underpass. And I don't know, I mean, because the fence stops and I'm not able to go any further, but it's just dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of these things, which is quite the trip, like I say. And if somebody can tell me what kind of tanks these are, I'd be much obliged to know, because I'm not really sure. And if you can actually track these cars, like you can track airplane tags or tail numbers, I'm not really certain either. This road here loops all the way back behind us. It actually comes out to the Orleans and Tropicana. So this is a handy little kind of bypass to taking some of the other major thoroughfares in town. And you can get to the city center and the cosmopolitan of Las Vegas just by going through Harbin Avenue, which is good too. So it is quite a view, isn't it? I don't know what kind of tanks these are. Somebody can leave us a comment below if you want. But look, Caesar's Palace, Bellagio, City Center in the background of these tanks right here. So what could this be? Let's talk about all the different Vegas possibilities, right? It could be that Battlefield is doing a big expansion. If you don't know what Battlefield is, it's a place over behind the Circus that has a bunch of kind of tanks that are decommissioned that they purchased, and you can, you know, do like a run around and shoot a gun experience. But way too many tanks for that. Second thing is, this is something that's being transported around the country because we have a military buildup in Eastern Europe right now. I'm not going to get political and talk about the news too hard, but being that I'm part Ukrainian by heritage, Ukrainian Canadian, I watch that, and 100,000 Russian troops are on a border, and Biden, our president, currently says that we're going to be sending this kind of stuff over there in case something happens. So maybe that's it. Or maybe this is just a desert exercise. So when I was a kid growing up, well, when I was a kid, I was a young adult back in 2003. I worked at a hotel in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where I'm from. It was the Travel Lodge on McLeod Trail. And we would have British and Americans, troops come in and stay with us so they could get some R&R, some time off. They were training up in northern Canada because it was a simulation of how cold it was in Afghanistan where they were going at the time. So maybe these are going into the desert somewhere so they can do desert exercises. Or maybe this is just a giant kind of show put on for the powers that be that are no doubt watching every minute of the world from a satellite somewhere, probably watching me right now talking about this on the camera. Wow, what a mind warp, right? But one thing's for certain, you don't see this every day in Vegas. It is windy out, I'm sorry about the wind, but you don't see this every day in Vegas. This is what it is. We showed it to you, and it's quite the sight to be seen. What do you think it is? Tell me in the comments below. All of you conspiracy folks probably have some really fun ideas, and I'd love to hear them. And oftentimes, the ones screaming the conspiracies turn out to be truthful in the end. Kind of weird how that works. All right, my name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. Thanks for watching this weird, off-the-cuff, strange vlog that we did. Liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell for notifications, leaving us a comment because that really helps. Check out our Patreon if you're this far in and you haven't done so yet. You get extra content for a very small amount every month, pennies per day. Check out our channel sponsors, Panay Magazine over on Instagram. Also, check us out on VegasFaceMask.com. The only two you'll ever need if you need them to live and get around in life like a normal person. Now it's time for the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click, as we sit out here with all the tanks. You ready for this? 3, 2, 1, and click! Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for watching my video here on Not Leaving Las Vegas. If you guys love Vegas, you might consider subscribing.